something powerful. Sometimes honoring God means letting go and trusting that His plan is bigger than what we can see.
มาที่ข้ากันเทียมแต่เรามีโจกันมาไม่นุ่งคุกคานหาถึงประเทศหิงอาชาดมีคุกคานนักเพลงดิดมีขนาดไงก็ที่เกษตร
Now let's talk about honoring our parents. And let's be honest again, this part isn't always easy.
ตัวโจนุลปาติซาปัตตาหันนักความข้ากันเชียงราย
Sometimes they don't listen. Sometimes they don't understand how we feel. Sometimes they say things that hurt us. Sometimes they're strict when we want our freedom. And sometimes we feel like they just don't get what it's like to be our age.
อาจารย์จึงนุลปาในหิงขัดเชียร์ที่การฟ้าเลยกันสีนิ่งแค่กันเทียมเราตัวกันชิมดุมีจอมันไงเรากันฟีลลิ่งจอมแค่กันเทียมเรากันต้องมีปวดจอมแค่ใจมันแค่กันรู้เทียมเราและฝอยบักเรา
And I know some of you guys do this, but sometimes we talk back, sometimes we roll our eyes, we slam doors, sometimes we say things that we don't mean because we're hurt.
อาจารย์จะมาร้องคันกันเทียนกันไอ้ท่าพวงเวลากันการหักกันเดียนกันที่ขันกันชิมเราดึงมีเบียร์สำคัญเล่นหากันชิมกันเล่นเบียร์กันชิมเราดึงมีหักกันชิมต้น
But honoring our parents doesn't mean they are perfect. It means recognizing the sacrifices they've made, even if they didn't always get everything right.
นูลปาที่จะอุปติรองคันตามสิ่งรองคันที่จะอุปติสลเวนกันนูลกันปากันจะharna harsunakam bi kan to besama kan set
Jesus is one of my examples. Jesus was the Son of God. He had all power. He calmed the storms and raised the dead. And still, Luke 2:51 says he submitted to his parents. He chose respect. He chose patience. He chose obedience. If Jesus, who was perfect, honored his parents, that shows how important this is to God.
Isu zongkha isu ka example tha se pathian isko na te en walaya anul pa meri de joseph kutam te khan an ma chip mi no langai an ma tuk na khat so la te khan anul pa joseph ta na khan thang mi se
Think about that. The Savior of the world chose to honor his earthly parents.
an rot lo ka lai khat tu pathian fu pa ni anul pa no ngai ti mi kha
Another example is Joseph.
An example to Joseph ka se
Joseph was betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, forgotten, and left alone.
Joseph jo ma unaw lila ni khan an zuar an hlot e sala khan an zuar
He had every reason to be bitter,
tai rul cham nak de thimun nak ding kha arom tam pi kha ngai
every reason to hate,
wat nak ding kha tam pi ngai
every reason to say they don't deserve my love.
dot tha ding a khan ani thulo thina kha arom tam pi ngai
But when God raised him up, Joseph didn't let bitterness control him.
asana te pathian na choi sam tinga khan wat na khat na kha au tang lo
When he reunited with his father, he honored him, provided for him, and protected him.
chu unaw na cho azau khet na achom na e akil vem nak na kha kan mo
Joseph shows us that honoring family doesn't come from a perfect past, but it comes from a healed heart.
Joseph tom be kan ko mi chu family ulangaw ulapati sa upati mi he atlam ting ronga siloin thin lung dam na kan chok mi se
And then there's Ruth. Ruth lost everything: her husband, her future, her security.
Ruth ka kan zau tha lu si la pasal sung ngai chi cho ga via te kha sung
She could have walked away from her mother-in-law Naomi and started over. She could have walked away from her mother-in-law Naomi and started over.
anu apino mi kha kalta ke kalta kha acha khana foi te mi sko na te in
Nobody would have blamed her, but she stayed.
kalta chalo ha man kan sulam pot lai ding mi kha selo na te in api anu no mi sina khan azuk ta te na
She chose loyalty, she chose love. She said, where you go, I will go.
nomi kha asul e nakal nako kal lani mi pun kami pun selaja nomi tapi sinakan taylor dein asul
Ruth honored Naomi even when it was uncomfortable, and God saw that.
Ruth ni kan nomi kha sai tuk kharjan le lung thai chan zoma khan ti za pat na kha lak kar sa
God blessed her and turned her pain into purpose.
pathian ni chu ti chen chu na ka pe ri ang sat na chu atem to na pya de chu tin pya mi rak nai chu na tam pi ka pe
Honoring our parents takes patience. It's choosing respect when we want to talk back. It's choosing love when we feel hurt. It's choosing gratitude when we feel restricted.
nu le pa ti za pat ti mi he a foi mi chu se ve lo ma chu chen run chan zoma khan ilok ter ha ai pom chan zoma khan niam te in pat te ti ban tu kha ha
And listen, honoring doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect.
ti za pat ti mi chu se ti te ka tam ting ban tu bi khaslo
God understands broken families. He understands pain. He understands wounds and disappointment.
pathian ni kan chung khang ba hoi bai na ar sat na kan ton mi ja te khe aram thai ni ko
He understands the nights we cry and don't tell anyone why.
zan ti ma kan ma te long kan tat mi kan mi thla na vel te jong kha thai ni
But yet, He still calls us to honor because honor frees us.
asuna te en ze ban tu e kan ni chet la sat na ton leo chan soma nu le pa ti sa kha kan fiel mi ka se
It keeps bitterness from taking over our hearts. It stops pain from turning into hate. And it helps us heal instead of harden.
chu ti honor ti za na pat nu le pa ti na ni chon athalo mi kha that na ka akha mi ka thum mi a than athen
And our parents, they do everything for us. Someone prayed for you before you even knew how to pray. Someone stayed up late worrying about you. Someone corrected you to protect you. And someone worked when they were tired to provide for you.
kan nul kan pa kan ma nan si ko tok te en atha big mi la an si ko tok te kan jong la tha cham kan chem na thang kan cham pia an kan zam kan zam pia te kha kan ma te kan to ko hana kan arab kan to pia mi la zam kan mi se
And maybe they didn't always say the right thing. Maybe they didn't always show love the way you need it. And maybe there are still wounds.
achana chun am han atik mi khan chim pem mena lau chun nang ma ni thai na du mi bia la na du mi thil jong khat to men la lau
But when we choose honor, something changes inside of us.
asina te khala ka khan ti sa na pat na ni thim sa kan ma chuma khan thian na rian chon mi
We stop taking things for granted. We notice sacrifices we never saw before. We learn how to forgive. We learn how to love better. And we learn how to break cycles instead of repeating them.
ma ban tu khan je ti dang mi thiam na la lum saw na ti ban tu ma zon tu lo na ti ban tu kha nun kan zon na khat se
And I'm going to read another Bible verse.
Bible chang khat kan der than na